throughout my decades in the world of dance sport, I can tell you like clockwork, there was one particular point in your dance sport career, you are going to go through intense feelings of despair, frustration, like you're never going to get anywhere in your dancing. And that time is just when you're entering gold or just when you've started to do the open level events. This is when the dancing becomes a lot more challenging. We stop seeing growth in terms of miles, and then it becomes meters, and then it becomes feet, and then it becomes inches, and then it becomes microns. Much harder to improve those finite motor skills as opposed to those gross motor skills like what's my heels and toes. Okay, that is Mickey Mouse compared to like the degree of body torsion you're going to do between patterns. Trust me. Okay, this is the point where most people drop out. Why is this? Well, obviously, it's a bitter pill to swallow when you start seeing your results in comps fall. And it's not that you're getting worse, it's that everyone else on the floor is getting better. Because when you get to those upper echelons, there's no participants there. Everyone is there to win it. These people are investing serious coin, serious time into the best coaching they can. They're practicing the most. They have the most experience. So for you to fail, you're probably still getting better, real likely, okay? It's just that you have taken your game to next level. It's a much higher hurdle. Next step, even more important, in the learning process, there is an empirically proven psychological path that you go through, which includes this feeling of depression. Here goes. So this is not just in the dance world. This is empirically proven for all people trying to master any field, okay? And it all began with a study that they call the Dunning-Kruger effect, where participants were asked to estimate their own competence in their chosen field. So these were college students, anywhere from first year undergrads all the way through graduate level students. And after being administered an exam, each participant was asked to estimate their own abilities. The freshmen, those very first level people entering the field, very little knowledge, they scored in the lowest 25% of all the testees, yet they rated themselves on average in the top third. So reality, self-perception could not be farther apart. Meanwhile, the graduate students ranked themselves the lowest in terms of their self-perception of how do I compare to everyone else? What's my competency? Well, why is this? Number of things we have coming into play. First of all, when someone gets to that upper echelon of any field, including dance sport, you understand the complexity of the field that you're in. You understand that you wish you were here, and there's this many more things you learn to get there, and you haven't mastered them. Whereas at this stage of the game, you have this much knowledge. You're like, oh, well, I know 99% of that easy stuff. You don't realize the hard stuff is just around the corner, and you're going to have to learn 10 times as much. And I find, like clockwork, people, when they're just getting past that silver level or when they're just starting out in the open levels, they think, oh, I've outgrown my teacher or I'm better than these people. And the reality is those people that you think you're about to beat in competition, they might be 5 years ahead of you and you're just blind to it. Now, here's the good news, guys. Because it's quite reliable when you get better that you self-assess worse. By the time you get to that frustrating level of your dancing, it is very, very likely that you are just getting and achieving that next level. Now you have an awareness of what beautiful dancing actually is. How can you hit the target if you don't even know what the target is, right? Now you have more of an informational base where you can achieve more because you know where more is. And so you're going to go through these phases like clockwork. Number one is that initial excitement and interest. And wow, I got on my first dance lesson. I know how to do 3 fingers. I'm amazing. And then the learning progresses relatively quickly in any field. And you think, gosh, it's easy. I've mastered it. Championship level's just around the corner. Woo, I'm there. Number 3, okay, now you're arrogant. You're blissfully unaware of how bad you actually are. Take a peek at those old dance videos if you doubt me. Okay, number 4, you learn enough to know how much you suck, how much farther you have to go. Your confidence plummets. You have that hard realization of, oh my gosh, this is not going to happen overnight. And at this point, this is going to be the lowest point, the hardest time to get through your dancing. This is the time when most people drop out. And I'll tell you what, no one got to the top by quitting at that low level. Promise you that. And it is hard. It takes a great deal of fortitude to shoulder through that dark time, okay? But this is the first indication that you are going to be amongst those best dancers. I'm not saying you're going to beat them all in competition, but you're going to be racing with the big dogs and probably keeping up with the pack, okay? So I reached that point in my dance sport career once I got just past that silver level. And I went to a comp. It was out of state. And I don't know, maybe there was a quarterfinal. And I went in there thinking I was going to slay it because I had won everything up to that point, like everything. And I didn't even make it out of the first round. I was devastated. I spent the entire 3-hour car ride home bawling my eyes out, wanting to quit, feeling I had 0 talent, 0 opportunity to get farther than I already had, thinking this is fruitless, this is pointless. I'm the world's worst dancer and I'm never going to get better. And I'm wasting my time and I've wasted all these years getting up to this point. And guess what? The next weekend at an International Dance Sport Federation World Ranking Comp, I slayed it. And that's the week that my dancing suddenly went what I would consider in retrospect to be next level. Not that I'm God's gift, guys. I've told you before, I am not the world's most talented dancer by a long shot. I am the world's least talented dancer. Anywhere I got in my dance sport career was because I had amazing teachers and I was just given some really good knowledge. I lucked out. And so anyway, I hope that provides some sort of inspiration for you and some sort of academic understanding of why you might think incorrectly that your dancing's going nowhere and you have no potential. Guarantee you do. And keep on looking at those old dance videos. You'll see that I'm right. You are definitely getting better. Okay, guys, I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow morning for some more things ballroom dance. Thanks so much for joining me. Happy dancing. Bye.